Good morning. Can you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now let's start with a second session, that is a software and website analysis. In these sessions, we are supposed to discuss about how we can start software development or how we can start a website development. uh, Whenever you are having some ideas, something in your mind that I would like to develop this website or I would like to develop this software, at that time what you are supposed to think, that is the today's point, that is the today's our discussions. So let us begin with a step by step points. So what will be the first step of analysis? So first step is to listen to the particular project title. For example, I am saying that you are supposed to develop a school management software. Then this will be your title. So what is the second step? Second step is to listen the concept from the customer or user or a vendor or who is the persons looking for a particular system. So you need to understand the wall concept from the particular user, so that you can able to understand each and every depth points of that particular projects. Then you need to find out some hidden features of the projects. Whenever the customer is explaining the requirements, customer is not aware with the technical part, so he will just put up the points what he wants. But as a technical persons, you need to understand the points which is invisible points, or we can say that which point is very much useful for the customer also. So you need to identify all the hidden features also. Then you need to find out all the possible functionalities into the paper, or you can write it down with a notepad, or you can prepare the one presentation also. In this case, we are supposed to list all possible functionality. Here we are not supposed to find out any order or any things module wise. Just put it everything you are having in your mind. Later on we can modulize that particular data. Now the next part will be shortlisting functionality as per your priority. Now we are supposed to arrange that functionality. In previous things we have gathered all the functionalities, but now we are supposed to shortlist that functionality based on our requirements. For example, what is our first priority, what is our second priority, what is our third priority, and what is the least priority. So we can arrange it out. Now it's time to rethink and remove unused functionality. At starting point of time, you think that this functionality is very much useful, but whenever you are prioritize that particular functionality, you will came to know that this is not useful, this is useful. So you need to prioritize, you need to rethink again that which functionality is useless or which functionality is not required at that point of time. You can remove it, that functionalities. Which functionality is essential, you can add it on a top priority. If something is missing, you find out during these particular things, so you can add it. So this will be the steps of the analysis. Suppose we look into the past system analysis and design theory and all this worldwide theory. So people are using SDLC. You might be aware with the SDLC. Let us search about SDLC. SDLC methodology, or we can say SDLC format. So what is SDLC? SDLC is a systematic development life cycle. What is done in that particular SDLC? Requirement analysis is there, design is there, implementation is there, testing is there, and evolution is there. But what happens in actual scenario? What happens in actual life, or what happens in real practical situations? It is not done in a one attempt. No, almost all softwares are having at least 2 to 3 turns. Means development stage, implementation stage, again rethinking, again implementation, again testing, again rethinking. These many 3 to 4 times are required compulsory for actual implementations. So SDLC method is not suitable for I can say 80% or 60%, 70% modules. SDLC method is suitable only for the bigger projects that are having a large budget or that are having specific to the points requirement. But whenever you are collecting the requirement from the customer, generally that requirements are not fixed, that requirements are not final requirements. So we are not following SDLC methods. We are following something like a prototype method. Let us discuss about prototyping model. So what is a prototyping model? So prototyping model is something like that: requirement, quick design, build prototype, user evolutions, refining prototypes, then again evaluate, again refining prototype, again evaluations, then it may takes n number of time depending upon the customer's requirement, and then finally implementation and maintenance will be started. So this is the SDLC method, this is the prototype method. Now let us go back and implement our things. So this is the basically steps you are to follow today, and you need to find out the analysis of the particular projects. Now let us take a practical example. Suppose you are supposed to develop some billing system or billing software. What will be in your mind? Your mind will say that bill generation is required, customer management is required, supplier management is required, purchase good management is required, sales management is required, account management is required, and few reports will be there. So this is the first step analysis. Whenever you are getting the requirement or whenever you are getting the titles, billing system, at that point of time you will be come up with this many points: bill generation, customer, supplier, purchase goods, sales, account, and reports. So is this concept clear? Is this concept clear? You can speak it, no issue.
Yes, sir.
Your voice is audible. Is this concept clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now I'm giving you some examples or I am giving you some definitions. You need to work on that particular things. You need to find out the particular functionality of that particular projects. Okay, so join the Google class. I have shared you the link.
Yes, sir.
In the classroom I have assigned you some task.
Okay, sir.
Go into the day 2 software or website analysis. You will find few topics over there like inventory management, bus ticket booking, railway reservation, online e-commerce website, food delivery app, and cab booking app. This many systems are there. Few are the desktop based systems, few are the web based systems, and few are the mobile applications. So you need to do the complete analysis in the sense of you need to find out the functionality of that particular systems. You start with the inventory management software. Go to that particular inventory management software. In inventory management software, you are supposed to list out something like this. I have written something for the billing system, that bill generation, customer management, supplier management, purchase goods management, sales management, account management, and report. The same thing you are supposed to do for the inventory management. Just write it down, your inventory management things into the notepad, then just copy paste it over here as a comment, so that I can review it out and I can give you the idea that what is the missing part, what else you needed. Do I need to
Okay, sir.
explain the inventory management systems concept?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Inventory management systems, for example, I am looking for my own organizations. In my organizations, I have thousands of items, and I would like to manage that items by particular category. For example, I'm having the
Yeah.
category one. Inside the category one, I am having the multiple items. Then I am having the category 2, again category 2, I am having the multiple items, and so on. What I am doing is I am purchasing these items from my suppliers, then it will be added to my stock list. Then after I am selling that particular items to my customers. At the time of selling, I am generating the invoice of the same, so that inventory should be deducted from that particular masters. Whatever the inventories are there, that should be deducted from it. Then after, whenever you are deducting that inventories, you need to raise the invoice, and at the end, whenever you are presenting invoice to your customers, you are supposed to receive that much amount from the particular customer. So you need to maintain that things also, that how much amount is received, how much is pending. Let me take a practical example. We are having mobile stores. We are buying 100 mobiles from the particular vendor or a suppliers. So now our stock is of the 100 mobile. Now one customer is came to us, and we are selling one particular mobile to our customers. So we will enter the customer detail into our softwares, then we will generate the invoice. For example, mobile cost is of the 10,000 rupees, customer is paying that 8,000 rupees I am paying right now, 2,000 I will pay back after some time. So I am maintaining that things, invoice of that particular customer 1, total amount 10,000, paid amount 8,000, remaining amount 2,000. So this much things I would like to cover up in inventory management software. You are supposed to find out all the possible functionality, something like that. I'm not giving you hint any kind of right now. First you prepare yourself, then I will give you the hint that what is the modification required. Just prepare your list using notepad, then copy paste that list over here into the classroom, so that I can review it out and I can give you the inputs. Understand the concept? Okay, great. So I'm giving you 5 minutes for that thing. Just prepare the list and submit it to the Google Classroom. The analysis you have done is a great, that you have covered up almost all things except supplier. Just order it out based on what actually happens. Just close your eye and think that what will be the order of this particular inventory management software. What is comes first, then second, then third, then fourth, and so on. Once this analysis is done, we will go with the second system, third systems, and so on. Our today's target is to brush up everything about analysis. This analysis is generalized for the software, website, and mobile applications. Is this list ready?
Yeah, sir, 2 minutes.
Okay. Yes, great. So first things you have added vendor management, great. So that is your vendor or supplier. Then stock management, that is a basically stock inward entry. Okay, so you have mentioned that stock in, then product details, customer details, then discount offer, then bill generation, customer review, manage pending payment, and stock out. Perfect methods. So this is the perfect analysis of inventory management software. What you are supposed to do in a later part, you need to specify the field also, that what you will cover up in vendor management, what you will cover up in a stock management, similarly for in product details, and so on. Basically, this is not a topic of today, that we will see tomorrow, that which fields we are supposed to include. But for analysis part, this is perfect one. Just copy paste these things into the final submissions and submit that part. So inventory management is over. Which tool you are using to write down these particular things? You are using just a notepad or notepad plus plus?
Okay.
Try to use notepad plus plus, that will be better for you. It can highlight the things, even the plugins are there for the spelling checking, so you can utilize that thing, so that you can use these things. Control D, that is the duplications of the line, and so many functionalities are there with the notepad plus plus. So today install the notepad plus plus whenever you are getting some time.
Already installed.
Okay, that's great. Have you submitted?
Yes, sir. 1 minute.
Okay.
Sir, I submitted.
Okay, great. So now start with the bus ticket booking system. So let me give you the concept of what is a bus ticket booking systems. Just take our GSRTC in mind whenever you are thinking of this particular bus ticket booking systems. So customer is visiting to particular booking store where we can book the tickets, or customer is visiting to some online websites for ticket booking. What customer is selecting? Customer is selecting one particular day, that on which date we would like to travel. Then second things, a customer is selecting the route from this city to this city. For example, from Vadodara to from Ahmedabad at what particular time, for example 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. So n number of different buses are there. So we need to book that particular tickets of specific travel route, Ahmedabad to Vadodara, on this particular date, on this particular time, and then number of seat will come into the picture. In this particular case, customer detail is not that much essential, customer detail is not that much mandatory, but the bus details is mandatory or route detail is mandatory. Before booking a particular ticket, the route should be finalized or route should be added by the admin, then and then ticket booking is done. Because GSRTC managers, branch managers are there, depot managers are there, they are doing the route arrangement, that from Ahmedabad to Vadodara we will arrange 10 buses. So that 10 buses they are arranging, so that means 10 routes are there. So based on that particular routes, bookings can be done, and each routes are having some different capacity of sitting arrangement. Because let's take example of the general bus, then we are having X capacity. If it is a sleeper coach, then another capacity will be there. If it is in a AC coach, then another capacity will be there. So everybody are having different capacities. So you need to keep these things into the mind. Here customer details are not that much important, but whenever you are booking, you can give the options to the customer that you can select the available seats. So that options you can put it. Whenever you are developing this system, just keep in mind that you are having the capacity of the 50 seats. Just this is the fix, 50 seats are there for particular type 1. Type 2 we are having 25 seats, and type 3 we are having 75 seats. Just keep these three into the mind so that your analysis can be bit easy. Now I am giving you 10 minutes to think on that part. Just think it and post the comment over here. I am taking a break of 5 minutes. I will be back within 5 minutes. Okay.